Hello and welcome to another Impulsive Compulsion video here at Question Truth with me, Slisk Lindqvist, and I've been trying to figure a lot of things out. It's really strange. But yeah, let's talk about 369, the Metatron. So, all of this kind of started with a girl. Of course it is. So, but there's more to it than just a girl. It's just not just a girl, because it started with me trying to understand Tesla and this. I couldn't understand it at all. But this is a motion that can be found kind of everywhere. And Tesla was talking about this a whole lot. So you have the Tesseract, you have the no, not the Tesseract. The Tesseract is a other thing. You have the tetrahedron, no, triangle, tetrahedron, and then you have the Metatron. And well, Tesla came out with this. It's a change in the energies. This is the movement of energy, and then there's the pulse of the energy, switching between two polarities. And when it switches polarity, I started noticing a whole lot of bits of things here right now. So there's a lot of thoughts. Oh shit, sorry. There. I'm a bit tired. It's late. It's 22:53. It's still the 24th. I've been recording videos like a crazy person. But yeah, okay, so this is a triangle, this is a tetrahedron, and that is the Metatron. We also have the Metatron in a lot of these pictures. So here we have the Tesseract. Here we have, so the Metatron, this is the Metatron. There you have the triangle, pyramid, and this is 369 basically. And this is the other creation that is, okay, so let's go back to the 369 here. I'm gonna do this because I had a full-on discussion with a person. Yeah, I'm gonna talk about that too. Okay, so this here is that motion there, and this here is that here. The other one, you have the plus and the minus. You have the minus and the plus, plus and minus. That's the different, and there you have the other one on top of that. That's the Metatron. This here is the Metatron. It's a screwed up. It's a bit screwed up. Oh, sorry. Yeah, you can still see this and this, but yeah, okay. It's... Ooh, I've been thinking a whole lot. But you can see the other geometrical symbols here. You have the triangle becoming a pyramid. And you have the triangle becoming a pyramid and an inverted such. And that's there. This is tetrahedron, this is double tetrahedron. I don't know the name for this. In combination, you can see the double tetrahedron behind here, but the combination of all of these is the Metatron. This is basically a mathematical... I don't know what to call this, but it's the Metatron. There. There and there. And this is something I just stumbled upon because there's a girl that I really like a lot, and she looked at a picture where I'm happy for real. I didn't see anything that the true happiness. It's kind of strange, but it's like an energy field that you're filling yourself with an energy field. So there's so much sadness in the world. You're taking in so much sadness that you convert it into happiness instead. You're kind of numbing yourself in order to, well, okay, so let's start with this then. You have the first day, the second day, the third day, the fourth day, the fifth day, the sixth day, and then the seventh day he rested. So this is the beginning of the Genesis story. The first 7 days of creation, seed of life, and the 7 days of creation. This is the 7 days of creation, and it's consciousness recreating itself. Here you have the Trinity, Holy Trinity. Here you have the egg of life. I probably didn't find the egg of life. Okay, here's the seed of life, and she saw this about, can it be, half a year ago, and I've been thinking about it a whole lot, and I read in a bit more about the flower of life, which is this, and within the flower of life you can find the fruit of life. Can you see the square here? Yeah, that's this. You can see that in here. There. That's the same points. This is the same points. Let's see here. There, and that. And zoom it in. And you can see it here. Because these are visualizations of other people that have actually started to understand this. There. Fruit of life is this form here. This form here creates all geometrical formations that is possible. So here you have the egg of life. You have the egg of life here. This is the egg of life. There. That's that's what happens when you're born. You're 1, and then you become 2, then you become 4, then 8, and 16, and then you build up like that. It's the Fibonacci sequence. Didn't I talk about that? Grow slowly, bloom big. You grow in the womb for 6 months, and then you're awake. Yeah, okay. You have the tree of life, which is 9 plus 1. This is the stairway to heaven, a path to God's consciousness. And the 9 here is the 3, 6, 1, 2, 3, 9, and the overview of the whole. I'm gonna go through that. I'm gonna go through that, and then you have the Metatron's cube, all platonic solid combined, all platonic solids combined. That means every solid. Let's take the platonic solids. Search for that. Here we have all the platonic solids, which is also, there's the tetrahedron, octahedron, 8-sided, 4-sided, 6-sided, the hexahedron, what's the icosahedron? Yeah, icosahedron, 20-sided. Think about the dices. Think about dices. We have lots of dices like this. So we also have the dodecahedron, which is 12-sided platonic solids. What is meant by a platonic solid is that you can see them here, what's demanded in order to become a platonic solid. You need to have, you can't have like 160 degree and then 190 degree. That's not a platonic solid. It's another kind of solid. But there's more than this. But these are the platonic solids that is basically part of well, everything. And you have 60 degrees is 180. 180 times 4 is 720 degrees. You have 140 degrees being 60 being 180 times 8 because it's 8 sides combined. And here's the forces that is what that they're representing. I haven't really understood this before today, and I've been trying to figure this out. Well, to actually understand, really understand the 369 combination. I did that when I created this. This is the 369 in action. And you have the 4 sequences of each side. You have 4 dimensions on each side, and then you have the positive and the negative, which creates this, which looks like the Star of David, doesn't it? Let's see here if we can... Bam! Star of David. Star of David. Here's the Star of David. Bam! What does the Star of David look like? It looks like... Oh, doesn't that look a bit like the Metatron? Huh? Huh? Doesn't it? Yeah, because it's based upon the knowledge of the Metatron. That's why. So I was thinking a whole lot, and in the video, this is a motion, and I talked about this in one of the videos. This has 8 directions and 1 center point. That meaning 8 perspectives and ninth way of truth, which is the center point. The ninth is the whole, which is I should remake this in this. We can remake it here. So basically, let's just make a new one. I am a bit of a freak when it comes to this. If I do create something, I do not want to make it... I don't want to be needing to create something bigger. So, first off, we're gonna make some triangles here. Triangles. Let's make that there, and we're gonna copy that. I'm gonna add that to a new layer, and we're gonna paste that, and we're gonna do that, and we're gonna that's gonna be nice there, and we're gonna flip that vertically, and there we have, bam, 2 exactly. I'm gonna do it like that then. We could just do that directly, but no, it's not going to be like that. We're going to do this. And we're also going to be doing this, because one is the negative. We're going to negative, bam, and positive. Here. I'm gonna use that actually. Now, okay, we're gonna go with that, and we're not gonna go with that. Fuck, I'm doing it all wrong here. I'm making shits as long as yeah, okay. We're gonna take this, and we're gonna set the positive there. I'm gonna set a negative here. Fudge. There. There's the negative. So these two are divided by its positive and negative versions of each other. So from my point of view, have you ever seen... Well, a lot of people have, and a lot of people have not seen, but this is the official... No, I'm not gonna save it. Where did that start from? Okay, so this is the official... Okay, the official logo or symbol for Illuminati, the illuminated people. But this is one way. It's kind of funny. I don't know if everyone actually understands this, but yeah. So this is on the US dollar. This is in the back on the back of the US dollar. We have the 13 steps, and it should be 13 steps, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Right, 13. Let's see. What is... Okay, can I find the... Okay, let's see. We have the third here. 8, 9, 8, 8, 16. That's a bit too much, so it's not from here. I don't know, I can't remember what those 13 steps is supposed to be. I have a lot of more thinking to do in order to get that together, but there's conspiracies. They're so strange. But here, illumination, the eye in the triangle. Okay, so the triangle is then, bam, we're gonna go back to this. Yeah, okay. There. We have the positive and the negative triangle. We have then, on top of this, we have the 3 perspectives. We have the 1D perspective. Okay, maybe I should make it like this. Okay, this is why I actually do things in layers, so that I can move them around. So we're gonna move this up here, and we're gonna go to the other one, and we're gonna move that over here. There, that's probably a bit better. And they're down here. They are their opposites. Good? Right, okay. Then we go for this, and we start with the 1D, 1 dimension, also known as the first perspective. The 2 dimension, second dimension, and we have the 3rd dimension, the third perspective. So okay, so we can take this. Let's say that these 2 triangles, they are the morals. Since I am in the expertise of introducing this 369 into the world of philosophy and psychology. There, good. I had to think in Swedish before I could create it in my head. Okay, this is not enough though, because this is just the 2D representation of this. There is actually another thing. Let's see, can I create that here though? Nope. Nope. Okay. Then I have no idea to do that sign. Let's just say null. There. And negative, positive. There, okay. The 1 and 0, the binaries, 0, 1, equals 4D, the fourth dimension, the fourth perspective. Oh, okay, we're kind of okay. So let's start to actually utilize this in okay. What's wrong with you? Okay, there. Thanks. And we're gonna move this too. There. There, that's good. There. Okay. So we have the 0 and 1 is the 4D perspective. Maybe I should just have made like a dot, because that is the pyramid. We're gonna make. We're not gonna use that. We're gonna use this. We're gonna zoom in. Way. That's probably good. And we're gonna not use that. I'm a bit of a perfectionist, sorry. Are you kidding me? No, no, no. Okay. No. I'm not gonna have it like that. Okay, that's the problem being a perfectionist. Okay, so there we have the fourth dimension, right? I hope you can understand that without me painting it one more time here but I'm gonna do that anyway because I am not lazy. No. That doesn't feel right. Okay. Yeah, I can live with it. There. And that's the fourth dimension. Now we have 2 pyramids. Nice, right? And there. I need to separate them so that they are actually separated and understood. So you have one positive and one negative dimensional floors, perspectives, and they together create what we call the Metatron. or rather the tetrahedrons. This is one tetrahedron, the other one is the inverted tetrahedron. Anyway, so let's take this into the thinking of judgment and perspectives and perspectives. Okay, so I see. This is the first person view, this is the second person view, this is the fourth person view, and this is the first, second, third, and fourth person view. The fourth is inwards. You see it here? It's inwards. Or outwards. Depends on how you see it. So this one here is outwards. This one here is inwards. This is a negative. No. Well, 0 is negative to 1 because 1 is positive. So positive is outwards. Negative is inwards. Meaning that this top here is actually inwards, away from you. The other one here is towards you. Okay. Let's see here. If we take this into the perspective of how you see a certain situation, or your before you can judge something, you need to go through all the steps. This, you have to remember that the 1D and 2D is actually 2Ds and 2 1Ds. So this makes up for 1, 2, and 3. That's one trinity. 1, 2, and 3. This is one other trinity. That's 3, 6. Where's the 9? 9 is the fourth dimensional here and the fourth dimensional here. That is 8. And the combination of them creates 9D, the 9th dimension, the 9th perspective, which is the true, I call it the true sight, as you have yeah, the 9D is the true sight or true judgment, or well, true sight. I call it true sight because you are, or true perspective. Can I get a hold of that again? Let's see. There, and we make it a bit smaller, a tad smaller. 9D is true sight, perspective, judgment. And this is only me adding it to very funny. Okay. It's probably very difficult to actually understand what I'm saying right now when but if you have watched the earlier videos that I have been talking about, I've been talking about how we utilize values, and okay, so here's my values. I think they are positive. Here is you. You think my values are negative. So I talk to someone else that either like or dislike my values. There is also a bystander seeing all of this on each side, having a negative response to it or a positive response to it. The fourth dimension is to actually take in the first, the second, and the third perspective. What is my what is my, well, my, your, their, and the insight. Let's see. The insight is the question. The other ones is the påstående, statements. Okay, so the first and the second and the third is the statements, and the fourth is the insight, the question. And it could be a positive one and it could be a negative one. This in itself creates this. Yeah. It also creates this, which is where's the Tesla thingy? Tesla, where are you? There. Creates this. This. And this. This is the same thing. I don't know why I saw this. Some person had been dreaming of it and making it up, and it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 dimensions. Because you have the 8 here. 1. I don't know. 3, 6, and there's 1 here. There's 1 here, and there's 1 here, which is the full view of it. So this is 369 as vad heter det nu? As physics representation. It's physics. Right? And this is the representation in the spiritual sense of it. So this is the scientific one, this is the spiritual one, this is the understanding of the psyche and other things too, because we have 9 dimensions of perspectives, of depth that we go through. This is so fucked up for me. I trying to try to tell others about how I think and stuff. It takes hours because you don't think like me, I don't think like you. It's not condescending, it's just the truth. And I've been through a lot of things and you've been through a lot of things. The difference between us is so great but so small at the same time. It's simple, but it's extremely difficult to... Yeah, I need to save this one though. This will actually be part of my book later on. Let's see. Metatron. This is wrong. There. Computer. The book. So that's the original files. Yes. Okay. So, yeah. Metatron. PNG. PDN. Save as. Then. Where's the PNG? There. Metatron. There. So my head is kind of always filled with stuff. But this, for me, this just connected all of the stuff that I've been reading about the last 3 years. So, in order to judge other people, you need to have the true sight. By that, you need to understand differences in the dimensional planes. Like, here's you, here's your friend, and here's the stranger. Here's you, here's your friend, and here's your stranger. You're talking about National Socialism. You're talking about candy. See? It's a positive and it's negative. And then, well, we can say candy. We can say candy. We're talking about candy. We're talking about the good and the bad things about candy. So, it tastes good, but the sugar is kind of melting your organs. So, fuck yeah. And you're having a discussion. So, you're saying your things, and the other one is listening, but adding their version of knowledge to what they hear. Because between here, there's a wall. The wall will divide. It's like when here's the wall, and you disconnect that wall. That's when you start to take in others' perspectives in a whole other way. So there's the positive and it's the negative of a discussion. If you take the discussion and you take in both the positives and the negatives, and you understand the other person's perspective, but also the third person perspective, then you can enter the fourth dimension of thinking, which is the fourth, which is actually the fourth and the eighth dimensions, because one is outwards and one is inwards. So it's the macro level and it's the micro level. So you go inwards to see yourself, your understanding of it. Then you go to the macro level in order to see the big picture. And when you combine these, you create the ninth dimensional perspective, which becomes the true sight, the true perspective, the true judgment. And that is how you make a rational decision. Because if you bathe yourself in what you yourself think is positive or negative, you won't learn anything. If you just choose either the negative of your friends, then that will only boost your positivity, your things. If your friends are positive to it, they will boost it to the positives. The same is when it's negative. One negative, it's gonna boost what's negative at the same time. So when the third person perspective comes in, the third listener that's listening into you and your friend, it's a person or a perspective where you are not talking, it's the listener. So this is talking, thinking, listening, understanding, not understanding. Basically like that. And when you take in this, for me, this is amazing too. But yeah, so when you combine the 4 dimensions of the good and the 4 dimensions of the bad, then you get the true sight, which becomes the whole picture. And when you see the whole picture, you are able to do or take good decisions. It's like we have Greta right now, the climate activist that is talking about the climate change and stuff like that. I'm gonna talk about the climate change too. That is probably gonna be the next video after this one, but I am still not done with this one, even if can you see the beauty of this? It's not easy to actually understand this. It took me 3 years to understand this. I saw this here 2 years ago, and I've been thinking of it back and forth, unconsciously, consciously, back and forth for 2 years about just this one. And I saw this. And then I start to talk about all the connections of how we think, etc. And how we think and how we behave, how we value others, how we value ourselves. Here, the top of our positive view of ourselves, the negative view of ourselves, how others view us, how our friends view us, how we view us, how the third perspective view us, how we view us from the inside. We're outside and inside, outside, inside, 2 perspectives, 2 different depths. So there's been a lot of thinking. Here we have the other representation of it. It's the fire, positive fire, and the opposite to it, water, which kind of if you have great thirst, you take water and it cleanses, makes you not thirsty, basically lowers your lusts for water, or clenching thy thirst. So we have the earth and we have the air, the heavens and the earth, and the combination of it is ether, unity, balance, all that is. And then we go back to what I created. I don't know, I can't remember when I created it. Last year, I think. I had I don't know, I just created it. So you have the positive and the positive. They're opposites to each other. They're the same, but they're the opposites to each other. So they separate themselves. You have these are natural opposites to each other, but they are drawn to each other to clash. The same here with the red, the positive and the negative, the authority and In the religion one, I described this, what everything of this is. So it's when you find balance with the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 perspectives, you will find unity and calm, peace within. You cannot create peace outside without having peace inside. So all people running around, I am here to give you peace. It's like, yeah, what kind of peace? How much money do you want? Basically, it feels like con. It does. So yeah, I've been talking a bit about that I have a book. I also have a thought of it's I always thinking 3. So I've thought about the production cost for the book. So I would take the price of the production times 3. That way I can make 3 books, and then 9 books, and then yeah, greater and greater and greater. And that would eventually lower the cost for the book. But the money is for a good reason. First off, I want to pay off my debt, but I don't want to be anyone else's slave. But I don't want to give out things paying either, and I don't want trees to die, and it's fucking retard thingy to think about. But yeah, so I wanted to divide the money. I know that I wrote it in the book how I want to divide, because I'm a very transparent person. I'm very honest, and I wrote in the book, in the end of it, how much why it costs, and why I want to have the cost that I have, and linger it out to all the kind of good things that I actually want it to go towards. I do not trust the Red Cross or donation firms, etc. I don't trust research centers or anything, because the money has ended up in corruption to actually not go to helping poor people. It's gone to mostly as salaries or airplane tickets or clothes money for the workers and volunteers and stuff like that. No. So it's like the Hugnet and my book, it's based upon people pay for a certain thing. They pay more than the patch costs to create, and that is because that money is then spent on creating more patches and created for but it doesn't look like this. That patch does not look like this Unity thingy, because this Unity is the religion I have, kinda. So, life philosophy, so to speak. It's not a it's, well, how should I put it? It's not a religion. It's a world view from my mindscape, created outwards. I don't like some of the I made a video about religions. That's gonna be enough. So yeah, this is the purity, and this is the darkness, the void, and this is the lusts and this is the righteousness. This is the good and the values, and this is the morals, good and bad, to the lust, because even if we are righteous, we're still driven by lust, and in lust we strive towards righteousness. So and we're combined in a dance of frequencies. Basically, that's how I can interpret this. Basically, but it's a mathematical formula of some kind, and I stole it from someone else. Someone else created it from the beginning, and I saw what it was, and I started building upon it, and this came out of it. Now, I haven't drawn any lines that binds them together, but they're bound together by points. They're supposed to be bound by points. The channel that has this one kind of is, what's the name of it? One Harmony, I think. One. Yeah, there it is. And yeah, I forgot. Copy, close, use this because paste there. This is the, I can't get it open. I can't open it. It's from his older videos somewhere. Here you have the picture of it. Yeah, I see things and I connect threads, basically. I connected a lot of things from other people's thoughts, but there's also a lot of, yeah, this is a conspiracy channel, or well, I've spoken to him and I've spoken to a lot of other people that are a bit lost in their own thought patterns. I have been lost in my own thought patterns for a very long time, and it seems like he's actually able to Throne of God. Okay, I need to see these. I haven't seen these. I think I saw this one, and then I've seen that one too. How to control reality. Oh, kind of. So this is an interesting channel if you just want to be a bit open-minded and just take in some strange things. Right now I saw one of these videos, this one, and I thought to myself, what's happening? But he's talking about he's talking in Metatron, basically, that the fourth dimension is within Earth and stuff like that, which is kind of strange because I don't think that we are living inside of Earth. but we could be, because yeah, I have to show you what I am supposed to be showing you, which is a video. Let's see. There we have the Tesla. Oh, what's this? Mass, matter, energy, volume, volume, volume. I don't know how to. Is that square? Square 2. Okay, in volume and square, meaning 2 then. And you have the same patterns over and over and over again. Okay, to create and to annihilate material substances, causing them to aggregate in forms according to his desire, would be the supreme manifestation of all power of man's mind, his most complete triumph over the physical world. Nikola Tesla. Okay, the thing is that I've been talking about that I in conjunction with Earth express my feelings through the weather. People will have to. Tesla 369 with religion. Oh, see here. We have the Fibonacci spiral going out, 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 and out till a large bit. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is not the Fibonacci spiral, but it's based on Fibonacci, and it's this. I can't remember what this is named. This is named something specific. Yeah, this is the. This seems like a random pattern. But yeah, the more you look at it, the less random it seems, because it's, hey, doesn't that look like a man on a cross? Okay, so the center point, then you have that there, and then you have this one, and this is, why is there a triangle within it? 2, 5, 8. That's 15. Huh. Okay. So, okay, yeah. It's one triangle here too. So that's 3, 6, 9. 3 triangles. 1 triangle, 2 triangles, 3 triangles. You can see the very dark distinction here, going up here and there. So it's 3, 1 to 9, and there's 3 triangles within it, and then it's the energy pattern within that. If you only knew the magnificence of the 3, 6, 9, and 9, then you would have a key to the universe. Which I felt like, what the fuck is he talking about? So yeah, people will think that they've revealed it. Maybe I'm wrong, but about how I revealed it, but at the same time, I have actually seen that's motion in action, which was really freaking interesting, actually. Where's that video? here's the video. I'm gonna link this video in the bottom.
Video, I actually asked him for an interview, but he declined because he's busy solving centuries-old math.
Yeah.
And he put this on the x-axis. Even though they're point masses, I'll put some large cubes around them to remind us of their significant mass. Then add some light point masses on opposite edges of the disk on the y-axis. Now this disk has 3 different moments of inertia about its 3 principal axes. Rotating around the x-axis has the smallest moment of inertia since only the light masses are moving. Rotating about the z-axis has the greatest moment of inertia since all 4 masses are going around. And rotating about the y-axis has the intermediate moment of inertia. Rotating like this, the only forces in the disk are centripetal forces which accelerate the big masses towards the center. This keeps them turning in uniform circular motion. Now what if we change reference frames, so now we're rotating with the disk? Well, then we see centrifugal forces appear. Normally I don't like talking about centrifugal forces because, well, if you analyze things in inertial frames of reference, you never have to deal with them. But if you're in a rotating frame of reference, then centrifugal forces do appear in the analysis, pushing any masses away from the rotation axis. And those forces are proportional to their distance from the axis, in this case, the y-axis. So here, there is no centrifugal force on the small masses because they're located right on the y-axis. So the only centrifugal force acts on the big masses outwards, and that's balanced by the centripetal forces pushing inwards. Now this is all fine and good, but what if the disk is bumped so that it's no longer rotating perfectly about the y-axis? Well, now the small masses will experience some centrifugal force proportional to their distance from the y-axis. Tension forces within the disk ensure that the small masses remain orthogonal to the big masses, and since the big masses are still spinning in roughly the same positions as they were before with lots of inertia, they constrain the small masses to lie more or less in the yz plane. The little centrifugal forces on the small masses start accelerating them, and those forces get bigger as the masses move further and further from the y-axis, and they keep accelerating until they flip onto opposite sides. Now for the first half of this flip, the centrifugal forces are accelerating.
Okay, so you heard there's more in this video that I'm gonna go through with, but the inertia flips. Let's see here. What does this do? This is the inertia, and then it flips. This is the same thing. This is the 369. So when I saw this video, I was like, well, what the fuck is happening? It's synchronicity with everything that I'm doing right now.
So the small masses. But in the second half, the centrifugal forces slow the masses down, reversing all the previous acceleration, so that they basically come to rest when they reach the opposite side. The pattern then repeats indefinitely, with the disk flipping back and forth at regular intervals. And there you have it, an intuitive explanation for the intermediate axis.
And there you saw, well, he said that it's moving at this is the exact same thing, because you see that the fast motion here is a lot faster than the other motion is to switch from 369. I still don't know how to actually use that 369 more than in the psychological way of discussing values, or the right to place judgment, or how you place judgment upon someone. And then I also saw the Odin's necklace, which is which became very close this because it's not working. I'm getting a bit sad about this actually. There, Odin's necklace. Let's see if I can see. Here you have some kind of trinity. I'm looking for one specific. There you have it. There, 3, 6, 9. This is old knowledge, really old knowledge, because this is not a new sign. We're just reusing things. Odin was the most high. He was the one with the knowledge that stood on top of everyone else. He had knowledge of true sight, and he always placed the true judgment upon people. He never judged people wrongfully, which is, and he never even, that's why he was the god of wisdom. And Hugin and Munin is the two perspectives. You also have Sleipnir. Sleipnir is the mare, the horse with the 8 legs, 8 perspectives, 2 ways, 1 eye, one full understanding. You understand? Odin is this concept of understanding. 8 ways. 8 ways. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 perspectives, 2 possibilities. 9, 10. Here, 8. 2 possibilities, positive, negative. This is a way to try to give out information while still not giving out the information. Where do you hide wisdom? In plain sight, of course. Plain sight. So, and this is by my associations, right? So this is really strange, but I associate old knowledge with new knowledge. And Odin used, one eye was taken, but it went inwards, right? So that's inwards, the other one was outwards. So you had one inside, the other one out. And he had 8 ways to display the world, and the 9th dimensional perception made it possible for him to give true sight, true understanding. I fucking love this in one way, because but yeah, so in one way this is really interesting, in one way I'm kind of fucking up history, my own history. What's that? I'm from Sweden. Vikings are from around here, you know, Denmark, Norway, Sweden. Shit. Scheiße. So, yeah. And this, I just associate it to that now because of the Trinity and this. This is how fast I associate to new things. add in new information to the old information. You also have this, the tree of life. Here, Trinity, 369, and then the two perspectives. Two perspectives, and the many roads ahead, and the many roads that you have gone. The routes are the ones that you have already passed, and the branches is the possibilities, and they all grow at the same pace. But you need, in order for the crown to be to bloom, you actually need to go through the root work, meaning experience. You cannot like Greta is doing right now. When it comes to the global things, it's getting people off school to strike. It's like, yeah, of course people will strike. They can skip school. People don't like school. Very few people like school. So there's probably not even a tenth of the people that is following her that actually believes in what she's saying. But at the same time, we have a big problem with plastics, and I shouldn't go into that right now. That's the next video. Sorry. Okay. Now comes the next thing in the video that was here, because I said that I've seen this in action, right? This is
theorem, or tennis racket
interpretation
theorem, or Dzhanibekov
of
Effect, or whatever you want to call it. Why Dzhanibekov was modeling clay or plasticine to it and tried spinning that. And sure enough, he found that just like the wingnut, this ball flipped over periodically. And the implication was that maybe since the Earth is a spinning ball in space, it too could flip over. I mean, we know the Earth's magnetic poles have reversed in the past, so could this be related? In 2012, with the Mayan prophecies of the end of the world, speculation about the Dzhanibekov effect proved irresistible for some conspiracy theorists and people in the media. Plus, on May 13th, 2012, the official site of the Russian Federal Space Agency spinning.
We're gonna go back. I'm gonna send you. I'm gonna add this.
And it continued to make wingnut Earth, which were locked down with a wingnut. The 100 maintained its orientation for a short time, and then it flipped 180 degrees. And as he kept watching, it flipped back a few seconds later. And it continued flipping back and forth at regular intervals. This motion...
So this is how Earth switches polarity. It never stops spinning in one direction. It never it never switch. It doesn't really flip polarity. It just flips. Well, it does flip polarity, but it flips on its axis. That makes it flip the polarity, and that is this is the same thing. This is the same motion. This is the God motion, God vortex math. This is the God motion, life motion, the eternal motion, and this is the motion displayed.
Motion wasn't caused by forces or torques applied to the...
And this is the motion shown through science. Can you see this? 3, 6, 9. 3, 6, 9. 3, 6, 9. And the eternal. This is the eternity sign. That's the eternal. It's just encircling you have it here, like a corkscrew.
The wing nut, there were none. And yet
And then, you see, it never shifted rotation. It just switched polarity. So it's gonna shift polarity. So 3, 6, 9. The other one was positive. 3, 6, 9. 3, 6, 9. 3, 6, 9. 3, 6, 9. 3, 6, 9. 3, 6, 9. So it's doing this shift. 3, 6, 9. 3, 6, 9. 3, 6, 9. 3, 6, 9. So 3, 6, 9. 3, 6, 9. I think you understand. Fuck. The more I try to explain, the more degrading, or, well, it's. You're smart enough to understand this.
kept flipping. It was a strange and counterintuitive phenomenon. Secrecy. One, a go through some.
But I want to see.
And does this
It's
is that they're together
actual-
to describe whole, and this effect will act spinning and to their sources that look so much more strict.
There.
Is old physics, but in space, the phenomenon looks like something new. In microgravity, the effects are just so much more striking than a half twist of a tennis racket. And at random intervals on social media, these videos crop up to frenzied questions of, is this real? And what's going on? How does this work? Well, a number of these videos crop up to
You see this? It's the same. 3, 6, 9. 3, 6. 3, 6, 9. 3, 6, 9. It's the same motion. It's just flipping around. This when I saw this, it was like, what the fuck? Okay, I understand this, but this is a universal motion. This isn't just a motion that is for this for this kind of math or anything. It's the universal motion, meaning we also have this within us with our heart rates, and then it switches, and then it switches, and then it switches. It calls a pulse. It's called a pulse, and that pulse is what keeps us alive. It's a discharge, charge, discharge, charge, discharge, charge. This is also how we use generators. They discharge, charge, charge by motion, discharge when overloaded, and then this happens a lot. So the more you charge it, the more it discharges, and the faster you do it, the more often the discharge will be, and then it will be yeah, you understand what I mean. Thank you. I will be linking this video in the bottom because it's an awesome video, and you should most definitely take part in learning more about it, because it's really I'm gonna link both One Harmony and this Veritasium video, because Veritasium is a really good channel. If you haven't subscribed to it just yet, do it, because there's so much science in there that it's really, really interesting. And there's also another channel that I can put up there at the same time, perhaps, that is actually what is that called then? Platonic solids. There's actually one other platonic solid actually that is not spoken of a lot at all. Okay, so we have it's the seed. It only has 3 sides to it, but it's in a bowl. So when you have the seed of life, I'm gonna search from this web browser, and we're gonna close down some of these. Yeah, so here we have it. How about it? Isn't it beautiful? Really? And there you have the inner one in there, and there you have the like the Metatron. It's so beautiful. It really is. Here's the tetrahedron. So let's see. We have the Star of David, which is 2, 3, 6, 9, 3, 6, 9, and the motion is I don't know something. I don't know where the motion is in this, but this is based upon the Metatron. It's a 2D version of. It's in simplicity. It's just this. Here. You have this, and in the Flower of Life you have one other platonic solid that was found, which is this one here. It has 3 sides, and when you check the seed platonic solid solid. Okay, when we have here, this is the first platonic solid. It's a tetrahedron. It has 1, 2, 3, and 4 sides. That's first. But all of these platonic solids here, they have straight lines. And we know by physics and knowledge all over the world, you can see here it is. It's even in here. Here's all the platonic solids. You see the circle, the oneness, the 3 sides. Because one seed is 3 sides. It's like I'm gonna see if I can make it in this wonderful paint thingy here. Yes. Okay, so I'm gonna make this, and then this here, and then I do that. Looks like an eye. And then I make this, and voila. You see that? Do you see that? It's fucking amazing. Do you see that? It has 3 sides to it. This is the seed. This is the seed. The seed. It has 3 sides. 1, 2, and the 3rd. So this side, I'm gonna paint it instead, so it's a bit easier to see. Let's see here. Yeah, let's take this and paint that one, and then paint. Yeah, okay. If you want that, then have it like that. Then there. These are 2 sides, right? Then you have the 3rd. This is the 3rd. That there is the smallest platonic solid. And it's really interesting. It really is. I need to save this because this was such a nice picture. Let's see there. That's a nice picture. Okay, let's see, seeds and thing, and 369, and this is something else. Yay. Okay, I think I'm done there, and hopefully you actually did get some kind of information or new knowledge or a new understanding of things. Hopefully you did get something out of this, because it's for me it's really exciting to kind of understand a bit or more about it, and the natural motion of everything. That is because I've been telling people that all motions are a Mobius motion, going forever, but it's flipping. A Mobius flips, and then it becomes another side, because it's one-sided. It's 2 sides, but it's one-sided. So you have one side, you have 2 sides, then you have, if I can just do it like this, I'm gonna do it like this. I'm gonna be a bit slow here. I'm saying hello or goodbye. Okay, we see one side here and we have one side there. If you screw this or bend this over to 180 degrees and then put the ends together, you will have a Mobius strip, and it will be one-sided. It will only be one side, but it will have this strange looking, it will be basically like an 8, because it moves in eternity, but it will be running on the outside first, then it will be running on the inside, then it comes over to run on the outside again, and this is the motion. See here, well, and this is the motion that is going on here. So let's see here. You can see this. You have the outer, and it goes on the outer, then it goes on the inner, and then it goes on the inside, and then it goes to the outer again, and keeps on going on the outer and inner and outer. This is the same thing. The 369 is the inner and the outer flip, and this is the continuous motion that we have here. And this is also, you see that is 2, because there's 2 perspectives to it. So there's one equal and opposite going into clash with each other. Also the same thing that I've been talking about with my how the mind works. So this is not just universal for electricity and physics. This is also for the mind and religions and just damn, it's so strange. Well, anyway, thank you for listening to the madman who I am. I am also known as Querzion, and you can find me basically anywhere on the internet. If you want to speak to me, I'll just put in a comment on one of the videos, and I will surely well, the most fun thing would be to actually have a discussion that's recorded. A recorded discussion. That would be awesome. Where I can discuss all of this. All of this. But I can probably just speak for hours upon hours, and as you notice now, I still have this on, and it's the 3rd day here. Yes, it's the 3rd day, and I've been fasting for 3 days now. The only thing I've been drinking is 1 glass of water and eating 1 apple for the last 3 days. So I'm filling the glass now, so I can take out the second because I'm a bit thirsty. But what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get my body to start working for itself. Anyway, diets and stuff like that should be on a diet channel, but yeah, low energy and high energy foods are going to make an imprint on you. High energy is vegetables, low energy is what doesn't have life in it, meaning dead animals and dead vegetables. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I am really grateful that you actually want to stay and listen to me. I fucking love you. Have a great day, or night, or morning, or evening. Goodbye.